Hello, and welcome to yet another segment in the grand saga of Coley exposes herself for the internet. So I thought it would be fun to share all of the fictional crushes I've accumulated throughout the years, even fandom life for me, so you can see if maybe you have some in common with me or you just want to judge me for my taste. This list is gonna cover all the crushes I've had since I was a wee baby all the way up to the present day, so the range is going to be pretty wide and pretty diverse. And obviously a lot of these crushes I've either outgrown or just faded away over the years, so I don't like everyone on this list currently. It's just an accumulation of every fictional crush I've ever had. I think I did a pretty good job of putting them all down, but I could be forgetting a handful for all I know, so we'll see. Are y'all ready to roast me? And before we begin, I just want to give a very special thank you to Function of Beauty for sponsoring this video.
Function of Beauty offers entirely customizable hair care products, tailored precisely to your hair's needs. Not only are they 100% vegan, but they are also 100% cruelty and paraben free. Take a quick quiz outlining your hair type and hair goals, choose what colors and scent you'd like for your shampoo and conditioner, and just like that, you're all set. Since it is summertime, I'm especially fond of Takes Two to Mango, which contains notes of mango, grapefruit, and mandarin orange. And for my colors this time around, I decided to go for a really cute bubblegum pink. It's now my mission to try every color. I really like Function's hair serum because it gives my hair a nice textured beachy look perfect for summertime. If you would like to try out Function of Beauty, you can get 20% off your first set using my link in the description below. I've been using Function of Beauty for quite some time now, and as someone with a lot of hair, I can tell you it's 100% worth it, so if you're interested, then give it a go.
So without further ado, let's get started. I'll start this off with the very first fictional crush that I can consciously remember, which is the Jack Frost puppet from those stop-motion Christmas films that play during the holidays. This is off to a very good beginning. I'm really trying to find reasoning for this one, but it might have been his outfit, or his ice powers, or his fairy-like features, I don't know. Speaking of fairies, we have Cornelius from Don Bluth's Thumbelina. Let Me Be Your Wings still hits different. Even with that atrocious mushroom cut, he's still cute. Derek from The Swan Princess. This movie is chock full of great, underrated quotes, by the way.
You should write a book. How to Offend Women in 5 Syllables or Less.
Prince Philip. He's also one of my earlier fictional crushes, and I can see why. He has a very angelic quality about him. He's willing to risk it all for a peasant girl he sang Once Upon a Dream with in the woods. Dimitri from Anastasia. Whew, this one is still very much a current crush. He's a snarky con artist with a heart of gold. Han Solo. He's a snarky con artist with a heart of gold. Peter Pan from the live action. Thinking about why I liked Cornelius and Jack Frost, I think I just had a thing for pretty elven-looking boys that only grew stronger as I grew up. When he whispers into Wendy's ear. Even as a kid, I was like... I also had a really, really big crush on Danny's older sister, Jazz. As a kid, I don't know if I was like, you're so pretty and smart and have red hair. I don't know if I want to be you or if I want you. On another note, that Genie goes, Desiree. Troy Bolton, High School Musical. Get your head in the game. Oh, the amount of times I imagined I was Gabriella. Li Shang from Mulan. Yeah, that's me. That's me. What can I say? I'm weak for commanding people with rippling pectorals. Milo from Atlantis. He's just so cute. I want to squish him. I just want to pinch his cheeks and give him a little chew on the forehead, you know? He just brings something out in me where I'm just like, let me love you. Maybe I just have a weakness for respectful nerdy guys. I don't know. And while we're on the topic of Atlantis, how can I not like every person in this movie? There's Kita. Obviously. Helga, mess with my head so much growing up. Her little I came down the chimney. Ho, ho, ho. Gone. And since we're on the topic of Disney, the human version of Ursula, Vanessa, the one who seduces Prince Eric. Prince Eric, by the way, he's cute, but I never really had a crush on him. But Vanessa / disguised Ursula. And then, of course, you have Jasmine in general, but specifically that red outfit that Jafar forces her to wear. I know it's awful, and obviously it was horrible circumstances, but I saw that growing up and was like, And of course there was Aladdin himself. Just seeing him gush about Jasmine was so cute. Roger from 101 Dalmatians too. Even now I'm like, it's kind of cheeky. He plays music. Makoto, Rin, and Haru. Rin is probably top pick out of those three. I still adore the other two. Makoto is absolute husband material, and Haru, I mean, the guy has water in his brain, but he has a nice body. But Rin, it's funny because I could never be with someone temperamental IRL because I can't stand people with tempers and wild emotions and the potential for drama, but fiction, on the other hand, Rin is just a wild, hot shark boy with nice chompers and red hair. And he's actually really, really sweet in later seasons too. Like, he's such a good boy. He just has issues to work out. How about we visit my middle school phase and talk about Edward Cullen? I had great taste back in the day. I think it was just that middle school angsty dark phase of wanting to be desired by someone dark, dangerous, mysterious, because you just felt so angry and sad all the time, and you wanted someone that matched that energy, that made you feel beautiful and desirable in a period of your life where mentally and physically you're changing rapidly, and you may not feel as though you can embody those qualities. That was an awfully long-winded attempt at explaining why I liked Edward Cullen back in the day, when I could have easily just said, oh, it's because he's a hot vampire guy, but I think there was more to it than that. Maybe I'm wrong. It was over a decade ago. I liked Jasper Cullen as well, and that was a very poor choice back in the day. I think it was just his golden locks and southern drawl that drew me in. Kevin Levin from Ben 10 Ultimate Alien, but not the regular Kevin Levin. I mean, kind of, but I was more attracted to the mishmashed, gone wrong Kevin, where he's like a bunch of different materials. I think it was the dormant monster Gwen as well. I think I shipped her and Kevin together very vehemently because I just had such massive crushes on the both of them. Kylo Ren. I know. I do not control the desire, okay? I would never date someone like him IRL. I would 100% take Finn over Kylo Ren in reality any day. But it's fictional crushes, and since it is fictional, I will indulge in some good old forbidden fruit so I don't get wrecked in real life. Only from Genshin Impact. I see his ponytail and his eyes, and I hear his voice, and I melt. Ningguang from Genshin Impact. Scaramouche. Beidou. Sucrose. She's just so cute. Kaya has no right being as fine as he is. I hate it. I hate him. Can I just... I hate how I kind of simp for a child now. It wasn't always like this. I used to be like, oh, he's so plain looking. Why would anyone like him? But I simp so hard for Foul Legacy Child at this point. It's not even funny. Luke, it's just, I have a weakness for red hair apparently, and the sullen attitude. He owns a winery. Sakusa Kyumi. Once the Misby arc is animated, I am screwed. Atsumu and Osamu. I want to shut Atsumu up with my mouth, and Osamu owns Onigiri Miya. He was my very first Haikyuu crush. It was that stupid bedhead he has, and he's just so naughty looking. I know he's a nerd, but I don't know. He can talk chemistry to me any day. I'm tempted to put Oikawa on this list, but I think I kin him more than I actually have a crush on him. So I will move on. Gojo Satoru from JJK. I want to punch this man in the gut and simultaneously Toji. Toji is a dad I'd like to have fajitas with. Seto Kaiba was my very first anime crush. He is such an but I love him. Would I slap him across the face? Probably. Would I take over his card empire? Most definitely. Say Fudo, card games on motorcycles. Just, he's the whole package. I love his design. I love his personality, and he becomes a doctor later on. I want to marry this man. Shigo. There was a reason why I liked Kim Possible so much as a kid. Like every Tumblr girl of the era, I had a pretty sizable crush on Jack Frost from Rise of the Guardians, voiced by Chris Pine himself. Older Hiccup from How to Train Your Dragon. He took me so off guard in the second movie. It made my heart stutter. Shell from El Dorado. Eris from Sinbad. Yet another dilemma of, do I want to be her or do I want her? Flynn Rider. I cannot express in words what this man makes me feel. In middle school orchestra, we had a Disney trip, and we were backstage getting ready to perform, and coincidentally, Rapunzel and Flynn Rider walked by in costume, and I actually screamed. Prince Naveen. Need I say more? Mikazuki Munechika from Token Ranbu. Sidon from Breath of the Wild. Dimitri from Fire Emblem. Specifically, post-time skip Dimitri, Feral Dimitri, Eye Patch Dimitri, Prince Zuko from Avatar, Sokka from Avatar. I had a pretty big crush on Azula back in the day. That scene where her hair's down for the first time. Kurasami. Prince Lotor. Again, pretty elven man with long hair. He's an alien too. Like, are you trying to kill me? Hero. Again, another dad I'd love to have fajita with. Honestly, most of the Akatsuki at some point, but specifically Deidara, Sasori, and Itachi. Kovu from Lion King 2. I'm not a furry. ... But Kashi-sensei from Naruto. Tokia from Utapri. Masato from Ujapri. I don't know why I loved his hair. It looks like a very crooked bowl cut, but I was super into it in high school for some reason. Zen from Mystic Messenger. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Anakin Skywalker. But if I really had to pinpoint which one, Clone Wars Anakin Skywalker. Like, Leia Sakura was probably one of my very first gay panic moments. As well as Ventress. Mr. Darcy from the 2005 version of Pride and Prejudice. The reason why my standards for romance are so high is because of that scene at dawn when Mr. Darcy walks across the field and meets Elizabeth halfway as a humbled man walking and professes his love for her a second time. And he says, I love you. I never want to be parted from you from this day forth. And she kisses his hands and goes, your hands are cold as the sun rises and the foreheads touch. I watched that movie when I was 10 years old, and that scene lives in my head rent-free 24/7. The Phantom from Phantom of the Opera. Past the point of no return. Bill Weasley from Harry Potter. Long red hair, roguish charm. I'm sold. Ash Redfern from the Night World series. Percy Jackson. Wally West from Young Justice. Poison Ivy. Quite frankly, pretty much any version of her. Zatanna. Those fishnets, man. Black Canary. Those fishnets. Kate Kane, aka Batwoman. Specifically the version from Batman Bad Blood. Long red hair. I'm sure you've picked up a number of patterns at this point. Loki. Thor. McCree from Overwatch. Tracer from Overwatch. Widowmaker. Also from Overwatch. Zarya, also from Overwatch. Thera, also from Overwatch. Evan Smith from Attack on Titan. Alucard. He is just too ethereal and gorgeous. My brain short circuits whenever I look at him. Lance Lunas from Symbiotic Titan. If I had to uncancel any cartoon in history, it would be Symbiotic Titan. Jason Momoa's version of Aquaman. I never really had a lot of celebrity crushes because I had a lot of fictional crushes, but Jason Momoa, I will say, is probably towards the top of my very small list of celebrity crushes. He's just a big dorky himbo with good hair. Elizabeth Swann from Pirates of the Caribbean, or just Keira Knightley in general. She's also towards the top of my celebrity crush list. She's so pretty. Prince Caspian, played by Ben Barnes in The Chronicles of Narnia. This was a celebrity crush that I was in deep for, and I mean, Ben Barnes can still get it. But yeah, that was my list of fictional crushes throughout my life. Were there any that you could resonate with, or any that surprised you? Let me know down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Happy Pride Month, and I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye!
안녕.